Good morning, all you savvy investors out there and novice ones alike. Welcome back to Market Masterclass. I am Kenyon Martin with our, not only today, daily stock pick, but we're going to be giving you a weekly recap from August 8th to August 12th to not only take a look at my personal portfolio, at the stocks that I suggested and how they're performing. And as I said, I always put my money where my mouth is, so we'll see how these actually traded with a live dollar account, my own personal, as well as get an idea for how the market looked all over the course of the week. So we can take a look right here. This was provided by the Bloomberg, actually. So this kind of gives us a quick glimpse of the week and in general. Of course, U.S. stocks finished flat for the most part over the week, but the S&P 500, Dow Jones, and NASDAQ all set new record highs on Thursday as investors responded to higher oil prices and stronger earning reports from several large retailers. So with most companies in the S&P 500 reporting earnings, 69% beat analyst earning estimates. So I think now that the earnings season is coming to a close, investors will be more looking towards the major headlines of November's election, the Federal Reserve, and Brexit. Of course, these headlines are going to continue to give market volatility in the coming week and weeks. So for those who are like to diversify and cover all your edges, I would suggest, make sure there's a right amount of bonds in your portfolio, because typically as stocks tend to go down, bonds go in the opposite direction. So of course, do your own due diligence, but right now let's go ahead and take a quick look at my own personal and our Market Masterclass's last week's personal picks. So here's a quick glimpse of the Dow Jones, but let's move right into the good stuff. So I will show you a recap of my last week. For those of you who are tuned in, you can see that on Monday I suggested buying Shenandoah Telecommunications at $2,000 a share. And I'll tell you right now, before we even get in to see how that done, that has been my worst stock pick. It happens to the best of us. I still think that this is going to turn around, but I'm watching it closely if I'm going to sell and take the loss on that or not. I'll show you guys that in a bit. But of course, on Tuesday, BRDC, MWW on Wednesday, Kroger on Thursday, and then of course on Thursday I sold a couple of stocks, and I'll go over those for you just in a minute. But and then on Friday I chose DUST. So what did I sell? On Thursday I actually sold these stocks right here. I'll show you actually a quick glimpse of the whole portfolio. You can see that I bought Sprint here on July 22nd, sold it August 11th, and this is where we're at. 25,000 shares, bought at 464, sold at 616, sorry. 32%, $38,000 return. Not a bad one. I bet those of you who are just watching me and not actually investing, you wish you had gotten in on that one. Of course, Texas Roadhouse, also a good mover for me as well. 1,000 shares at 42.02, sold at 45.07. Valiant Pharmaceutical, you can see for yourself, 22.89 at 2,000 shares, sold at 25 for 10%, almost 5,000. And Citigroup, 39.58, dude. You can see. So these were also positive sells. I think that for the most part, I got what I wanted to get out of these. I do see that Sprint will continue to go. I think Roadhouse has got a few more points to back up, but I'm not greedy. I like taking my profit and looking for the next best trade. So that kind of gives you a quick glimpse of what that was. You can see the rest of my portfolio. All of these, you can see why I purchased them and when, if you're following me on Market Masterclass daily stock picks. But moving on, I want to show you last week in detail, which is not... Oh yeah, so we're going to look at how my portfolio is performing, and I will tell you that is right. You saw what I traded, what I suggested, but how did it perform? That is always the next question. So you can see that Shenandoah, as I said, that was the big hit with only 14% down. It's been my biggest loser so far. You can see the other stocks that are in the red zone. Disney, of course, this is a long-term play. I'm not worried about that. You know that oil's been having some issues. And Western Digital has been kind of up and down on me, but Shenandoah, ugh, ouch. But it's okay. I'm watching it slowly. If it doesn't turn around soon, I may take the loss on that and sell it. But Tuesday, we picked Monster Worldwide. We're up, Brocade Communications up 1.5%. Monsters up 1%. Kroger just up about 0.09%. But Friday's pick, Gold Miners Bear, actually did really well for me over the weekend at up 7.22%. So all in all, though, it's all still looking good. I still feel really confident in my portfolio. Annual return rate is still looking good. So it's been a good week overall, even though the markets are relatively flat, minus Shenandoah Communications. If you had bought on my suggestion, I do apologize for that, but that's the game, right? There's no certainty in this game. So do your own due diligence, and as always, tune in right here to Market Masterclass every morning before the market opens to get your first-hand look at what we will be buying and giving our suggestions and an idea for what the market looks like for the upcoming day. So this was our recap for August 8th to the 12th. Thank you as always for tuning in. This is Kenyon Martin signing out with Divest Media, MarketMasterclass.com. If you're still dreaming about it, stop dreaming and just make it happen. We'll see you next time.